Respect, lovely people. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you coming on board. Family, today we have three things on our table. The first thing we have on the table is what happened to Ivory Coast president in France. Lovely family, the second thing on board for us is amazing. Namibia parliament. Lovely people, I was shocked to see that in the parliament of Namibia, Captain Ibrahim TROWER has become a case study in the parliament of Namibia. I'm telling you, Namibia parliament have decided to look at Burkina Faso. Namibia parliament has fallen on the right line right now as we are speaking, influenced by Captain Ibrahim TROWER. And I'm going to play that video just after we are done watching the video of what happened to Ivory Coast president in France. Now, the third thing on board is Botswana president together with Ghana's president are practically fed up with the system they are running and express their frustration over it. The Botswana president said he is going to make changes, drastic one. So let's first of all go with Ivory Coast president. And if today is your first time coming across our platform, just know that this is the best community on YouTube. This is not a content creating platform. This is families connecting with each other. So be part of the family by subscribing and supporting the work we are doing by just hitting the like button. And there we go. Now, Ivory Coast president went to France just as usual. And you know, when they go there, it's not like home where people will be saluting you and you have 100 security men surrounding you, protecting you from nobody actually, but security men protecting you from your own self. And we know African leaders, anytime they are outside there, they are just ordinary people. They are just like normal ordinary people on the street. Then the president walking, I don't know where exactly they are standing. That exact location I can't confirm. A young man met him, and this is what happened between them. Watch the video. They spoke in French. Then I will explain what went on.
Ne fuyez pas cette fois-ci pour venir vous cacher en France ici, quand ça va commencer. Ne fuyez pas pour venir vous cacher en France ici. Oui, oui. Mais je le dis, il ne faut pas qu'il fuit pour venir se cacher en France ici. Moi je m'en fous. Monsieur Assis, ne vous cachez pas pour venir en France ici. Moi je m'en fous.
So lovely people, this is what happened. Let me explain to you. The young man met the president with his two guards. I don't understand why presidential bodyguard will have pot belly actually. So he called the president, and the president, you can see he was excited a little bit, and then the guy issued warning to the president that, look, the problem you are calling for, when it starts, don't think you can come to France and hide. You can't hide. There will be no hiding place for you. The pot belly guards approach him and say, hey, look, hey, stop that. He said, hey, I don't care. Je m'en fous, moi, là. I'm just warning you that when it starts, don't think you will run, come to France and hide. There will be no hiding place for you. Look at how, because of the behavior of African leaders, the youth have increasingly grow confidence in fighting and standing for Mother Africa, even to the level where they are not afraid to speak and confront their leaders in public. And this brought us to the warning Mahama has been given since he came to power, warning about how the youth have lost interest in democratic leaders and the youths are frustrated on daily basis. And he said the current democratic system is resting currently on a time bomb, and added that if nothing is done to retain the confidence of the youth in democracy, it will blow up one day. This is just a piece of it.
We can't afford to fail. We've seen some things that are happening in other countries. And let's not think that Ghana is immune from that. And I can tell you, our young people are getting frustrated and desperate. And if we don't take drastic action and we think that it's going to be business as usual, we will be shocked at what would happen in this country. And so, it's not my demand, it's not a threat, as Nana Jane said, it is a promise that will hold public officers accountable.
Now watch what is happening in Namibia Parliament, lovely people. Without wasting time, let's watch this video.
Accept this thing going forward. Lastly, you see, TROWER has become a hero to Professor. I and him will drink coffee about TROWER. But he's doing two good things, that he becomes an international icon. A young guy, younger than many of us. TROWER has changed the price of uranium. France was buying uranium from Burkina Faso for $1 billion every year. He stopped the French to buy his uranium. Today, Burkina Faso is making 85 billion from the same resource. We are selling uranium here. We have no nuclear power. We are just talking, everything is nuclear. We are just selling. Whether the Chinese are paying us the best price or not, we don't know. We are also afraid. What if they walk out of this deal? But Traore, a young man, a soldier, has changed his country. That's why Traore is now building up factories, processing plants of agro-processing, because he has resources. We have these resources. When we say some of these things must not be said in the open, but let's drink coffee and talk about the future of our country, we don't listen to one another. So, Foreign Minister, may your door be open for further engagement, deeper engagement in the national interest of our country, so that we start running, because we are crawling. We must start running. And this country has an opportunity to penetrate Africa, to penetrate the world, but we must run in and we must talk to one another so that we get the country going. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely people, Ibrahim Traore has become a case study in African Parliament today. We won the battle. Let me raise my shoulder. Hit the like button for me. Just encourage me. Hit the like button. Subscribe, lovely people. Be part of the family. We won the battle. Ibrahim Traore has become a case study in Namibia Parliament, to the level where Namibia Parliament today is also talking about taking charge of their resources. And Namibia is also talking about nuclear power today in their parliament. The right conversation has hit one of the parliament in Africa. This is the conversation I think all African countries should be having in their parliament, including Ghana, Nigeria. My goodness. This is just beautiful to watch. We won the battle, lovely people. You see, when I told you that what the Sahel start, no, it is the rebirth of Africa. The revolution, the Sahel has become a powerhouse. I'm telling you, the Sahel is going to power all the houses. I'm telling you. The Sahel will power all the parliament, power all the Africa countries. The revolution will send across. We are winning the battle. African leaders are now appreciating what it means to be praised by your people. We won the battle. Anyway, now let's go to Botswana. From there, we land in Senegal, Ghana, with more details that will impress you. Then you will see how these people are frustrated, the leaders I'm talking about, frustrated with the democratic system that they themselves are running, the best system of governance. As we are all wondering why some new leaders, like Faye from Senegal, Botswana President John Dramani Mahama, they are not able to function and process things faster like Captain Ibrahim Traore, because we can all see the willingness in them. I have been defending some of them. That look, it is because of the system they are running. The system they are running is different from what Burkina Faso is running. But right now, the joyful thing is that I will no longer be here to defend them. They are coming out to explain the situation themselves.
And I see people making uncanny comparisons with Paul Kagame, my good friend Ibrahim Traore. And I say, some of these folks are operating in a slightly different environment, where their word is obeyed instantly, without question. It's a different environment. You say, this guy is not doing things. Traore is doing them. Traore wakes up, dreams them up. Following morning, he makes a pronouncement. It is law. It is policy. Action follows. And I wake up and I say stuff. They look at me and say, what is this? What is this man talking about? We need to take it through this stage and that stage and put it to tender, float the tender. It takes 2 years, then we evaluate, then there are complaints, and there's an interdict. We wait another 4 years. By that time, you have to go and account to the people, and they remove you. Those who came before me did not fail because they didn't have ideas. They did. Maybe even better ideas. They just didn't implement them. Why? Because perhaps they failed to appreciate that the structures that are in place are not properly suited to the attainment of quick action. So you need to subvert some of these rules and processes unapologetically. And I will do it. Let me tell you here and now. I will. Within the confines of the law, and I know it. If there's anything I know, it's the law. That's all I know, really. So
this is the time, I said it in one of my videos, this is it's a wildfire circulating in this generation. This is not a system for Africa. The frustration of the leaders is that it delays their process of operation, because we are now electing new leaders and they are inspired by the development of the Sahel, and this spark their willingness to change the traditional tortoise progress to the lion type progress, where things like development can move faster, like we are seeing in a couple of years in Burkina Faso. The newly elected president of Botswana seems to completely be tired and stressed of the system he is working with, because it is a fact that when he took office, a breeze of hope was blowing from Botswana. We saw him appointing new young men and women, an approach completely different from the traditional old game where old men who are supposed to be resting with their family will be appointed by the new president. Having these young fresh bloods into government prove his readiness to work effectively. Even from his speech, he promised the nation that, just like Mahama did, that he can't fail the nation. And I pay attention so much to Botswana news. I can tell you for a fact that there are a lot of things placed by the president on board, but I'm telling you right now that all of the things that the president proposed and lay out, they are on hold and being delayed because of the system, the procedure of implementation and all that. So in short, lovely people, the system is not allowing the man to function. And he's a clear observer, someone who watched what happened on the internet in regards to Pan-Africanism. So after seeing people comparing him with Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, why he, of all people, coming to office, is not able to function like Captain Ibrahim Traore. He came out and laid out his frustration on the system and explaining how the system is not favorable and needs some drastic changes. Because with him being president, he can decide to implement and make changes with immediate effect, but the system and progress that needed to be respected before the implementation, the parliamentary procedures and all that, it is not just the best for faster development. In addition to that, you have group of people called opposition who will be opposing everything, or who are opposing everything and working to fail you for their struggle to take power. That is democracy. So he came out and explained and vowed to change the system to favor his motive of leading the nation to succeed. Can you see how frustrated he is? Assuming Captain Ibrahim Traore is having some, or is operating in this democratic system, having some group of individual called opposition, Traore wouldn't get where he is right now, with factories and all that we are seeing, because there will be opposition telling us that the tomato factories that he is about to build, or he wants to build for the nation, he is building it to store the tomatoes in his kitchen or his mother's kitchen for consumption of his family. The 5,000 kilometers of road yearly agenda that he set in is just a way of him to steal money from the public. They will side with General Lanley to make him unpopular for their struggle to take power. Like some very something minority or uncivilized minority we have in Ghana here, where they have problem with everything. It is the same game. When the NDC was also in opposition, they were also having problem with everything. That is politics. And right now, the NPP also is having problem with everything. Mahama came to office and promised the nation that he's going to prosecute and jail the corrupt officials of the former government, NPP. Truly, he came to office before we realized the former finance minister was declared wanted immediately, together with other former officials who were involved in corruption. Then, the in and out movement of the former president is currently under investigation. John Dramani Mahama is now trying to remove the Chief Justice, who is now shading and protecting these corrupt officials, who is now become a blockade of making sure that these corrupt officials don't end up in jail. And then you have the minority, because of their fear of being prosecuted, they lure uncivilized followers and they are demonstrating on the street to the level where this so-called minority leader stretched forth his hand to hit a police officer for carrying out his duty. Watch the video. That's the video there. Look at the minority leader hitting a police officer. That's the video there. And these are the people that we call honorables. They are dishonorables. Straight from his hand, he hit the police officer. Meanwhile, these same people arrested us in this country when they were in power for protesting that we need clean water. prevented so many protests in this country, but today they are protesting freely, even to the level of beating our police officers for free, and no one was arrested. So John Dramani Mahama came out and lay it out clearly that, look, I watched one of his speech. I tried to look for that video. I didn't get it. He said, look, we need to prosecute these guys, but the process and the constitutional provisions are delaying the whole thing. He said this, expressing frustration over the procedures and the constitutional provisions because it practically slow every movement of the president. In Burkina Faso, they wake up one day and was greeted with the news that the former foreign minister is replaced. What is the reason? The reason best known to the president. They wake up and there are machines everywhere to construct their road. Nobody's opposing that. Why are you trying to buy a machine? Why are you trying to do? No. Traore speak and then we follow. Same thing is happening in Senegal, lovely people. When people are saying, why can't Faye and Osman operate just like Traore? Because we know and hear, pay attention to what they were saying in opposition. I said, no, they can't because they are running democracy. They must go through certain procedures. Even before they ask the French military bases to go, they have to restructure the entire parliament and have the majority in parliament because the opposition was stressing them. And Faye also came out and then laid frustration out that, like, look, there are so many things that will lay before parliament to the benefit of the youth, to the benefit of the nation, to the benefit of the economy of the nation. And these people don't want to even have conversation about it, frustrating the entire government. So they have to reschedule everything and then election will be called for parliamentary election. And they had the majority before they were even able to come out to say France must go. So in conclusion, it is no longer our frustration alone. The leaders are now also frustrated. So we are at least a step ahead. Lovely people, let me know your thoughts on this. Respect.